live out at Mozart Park for the Cup Media League Championship. Oh, I don't know if George went live over there or not, so we might be stepping on each other as we get our wires crossed. But it's going to be CHGO versus Audacy. Audacy's been here 3 years in a row now, and they did not win the last 2 years despite being the best team during the league season. They will be the home team based on their number 1 seed. CHGO is the 2 seed, so this kind of played the chalk a little bit out here in the playoffs. Last week, CHGO had a very nice win against WGN Radio, and Audacy knocked out the Reader. So we are live here. CHGO is going to go like this. Adam Harris in center field. Brandon Harris playing left field. Ben Wagner, the shortstop. Vinny Giovanni? I can't read that. Third base. Herb Lawrence, extra hitting. Brittany DeVega at first. Dennis Gambino, the short center. Ryan Herrera in right. Mario Tirabassi at short center. Audrey Wayne playing second. Corey Fisher on the mound. And Ben Fisher catching. So that's going to be the CHGO lineup as we get started here. Audacy, a lot of familiar faces. Dom Medicino in left. Kevin Lapka in center. Lawrence Holmes playing shortstop. Shane Reardon at third. Connor Grove looks like he's in the outfield. They didn't specify. Eric Ortiz also in the outfield. Cody Westerlin also in the outfield. Bob Novak on the bump. Aaron Creedon at first. Adam Stadzinski will start out the game. And Claudio looks like Garcia playing second. And Priscilla catching. So it looks like both teams are going with 12. So here's the leadoff man as we're about to start, and they're still throwing the ball around. Oh, fooled me. Just went up there to take a practice swing. So this is the Cup Media League. We are in Mozart Park. It is a form of 16-inch softball, but they have modified rules. The women can wear mitts out here. The men do not. They do not allow you to put your short center in the infield, and there are no leadoffs. So we're underway, a little dusty out here in Mozart Park, so you're going to probably, as the game gets going, you're going to start seeing a little bit of that haze. No wind to speak of, no fences. So it's going to be all you can get. So let me adjust the height of this as I'm standing in a little bit of a hole here. There we go. So here's the leadoff man, and we're about ready to get it going. Bob Novak going to take the ball from Mike Lewis, the umpire. And we're underway. They just got done with the All-Star game that George Bliss broadcast. So that was a lot of fun. They only played 5 innings in that game. And Mike trying to dust the plate off, and we're going to be underway here in a second. So here's Adam Harris, the center fielder, leading off. First hitter of the game. We're glad you could join us. And he swings and he lifts a little short fly ball. Center fielder, Kevin Lampka, comes in and makes the catch. So that's how the game's going to start tonight out here. Again, Audacy with that 2-game championship losing streak. Trying to get the monkey off their back here. And I think so here's Brandon Harris. So I do believe that if CHGO can get out into a lead here, they can maybe put a little of that bad juju in the heads of Audacy. And I think if you're Shane Reardon, Cody Westerlin seem to be making a lot of the team decisions. You want to try to get a goose egg here and jump out with the lead and maybe play a little free and easy. Audacy was the highest scoring team in the league this year. And there's a little short pop-up, and the right center fielder can't get to it. So Connor Grove made a run, but he couldn't catch it. Of course, Connor plays with the Dirty 38s, who won the SSA Tom Exarnick Class A No Glove National Championship this year. How about that? So here comes the big shortstop, Ben Wagner. One out, one on here. And we saw Ben last week. Pretty impressive. Hit the ball hard. Got a cannon for an arm playing short center. And Ben swings and he drives it. And Connor Grove, a little shoestring catch. Now he throws it away, and that's going to let Harris get to second. So Connor Grove made a spectacular catch running in about ankle high in right field. Aaron Throw, though, allowed the runner to go to second. So Ben Fisher's sinking line drive. Good hit, better defense. So here's Vinny, the third baseman now. First run of the ball game, and he tries to walk the dog, but that's going to go foul down the right field line, and we'll reset. Vinny played a little bit in the All-Star game, and he was hitting the ball with authority down that right field line. So this could have been a much different looking inning had Connor Grove not robbed Ben. So here's a reset with Vinny. Little chopper to third. Shane Reardon in the dirt. Gets past the first baseman, and the first run will score. So Shane Reardon caught the ball. It was in good shape. Just spiked the throw to first, and the first baseman just couldn't scoop it out of the dirt. Aaron did everything she can. This is a very soft infield. You can see the dust. So when you go down to scoop a ball, you don't know whether you're getting the bounce or the skip. She got the skip looking for the bounce. So 1-0, CHGO jumps ahead. And here's Herb Lawrence extra hitting tonight. And that was the bugaboo last week with Audacy. Their defense, the first half of that game against the Reader was shaky. They gave up 400 or 500 runs in the first couple of innings. They did settle down, and they got enough offense. Ended up winning that game 9-6. So, and Herb swings and misses. That'll be a strikeout, and that'll be the third out of the inning. But CHGO does grab a very early 1-0 lead here. Audacy coming to bat in the bottom of the first. Again, the live stream is powered by Gold Rush Gaming. If you're looking to put video gaming in your establishment, go with the gold standard, go with Gold Rush. You can email them at inquiries@goldrushgaming.com. Tell them you heard about it on the live stream, and please gamble responsibly. So Audacy coming to back. Dom Medicino, Kevin Lapka, Lawrence Holmes. Anybody gets on, Shane Reardon. So anytime we do these championship games, being an old manager, love defense, you always want to stress that. And, you know, these are trying infield conditions for anybody. And so the more balls you can pick up, better off you're going to be. So here's Dom Medicino. He missed the... Hold on, folks. We got a train rambling by. He missed the semifinal game. He was in Philadelphia working. But he's back tonight. And he's playing left field tonight. We've seen Dom play a lot of first base for the Audacy team. And there he hits a little roller to short. Big hop for Ben, lobs it over, and Brittany DeVega makes the easy catch at first. So leadoff man down brings up Kevin Lapka. And Kevin hits the ball very hard, or very deep and left. And center. He smacks it. Ben was playing 15 feet on the grass. And see, Kevin didn't go to second there. He ran into the first baseman. The umpire, Sherman Martin, put his hand out. Had he gone there, they probably would have awarded him the bag, but you have to make that attempt. So here's Lawrence Holmes now with a 1 out and 1 on here. And there's a little ground ball up the middle. It sneaks through, and the outfielder can't get Lapka at second. And a little seeing eye dog single up the middle for Lawrence Holmes. And Audacy got a little something going here. First and second, 1 out for Shane Reardon. You know, Shane would like to get in the plus column, and he sneaks a hit through. Lapka's going to score. They made it close. Lawrence Holmes did not advance on the throw. So it's still first and second, but we're all tied at 1. And that's going to bring up Connor Grove. Made the spectacular catch in the top of the first. Here's the pitch. And Connor hits a high fly ball. Fourth outfielder makes the catch. No tag. Little 1 out throw. Wasn't quite on target, but from that distance, Lawrence Holmes wasn't going to risk it. And it brings up Eric Ortiz. So we're only in the bottom of the first inning here. Cup Media League Championship game. Audacy versus CHGO. And Eric swings and he hits a fly ball, and that is going to be dropped by the fourth outfielder out there. 2 runs are going to score. Ortiz going to hustle into third. So a high fly ball. He airmailed it over that fourth outfielder. What would be the short center. He wasn't as deep as the other 3 outfielders, and that ball got over the top of him. So Audacy, quick 3-1 lead here, brings up Cody Westerlund. And Cody in the outfield today. We're used to seeing him play shortstop. Had a little bit of an injury, broke a thumb, but he told us he's back and healthy. Sorry, folks, I'm breathing in mouthfuls of dust tonight. And Cody, a little chopper off the pitcher into no man's land. 4th run will score. So he bangs a little ground ball. Pitcher had a little trouble with it. And that allows the 4th run to score for Audacy. So 2 outs, and here's the pitcher, Bob Novak. So Audacy being a little opportunistic here. And there's a little flare, and that's going to be just foul down that left field line, so we'll reset. Bob keeps the inning alive. It'll be Aaron Creedon coming up next. And Bob hits a little 1-hopper to Ben. He'll take it himself. But in the inning, Audacy does push 4 across. They lead 4-1. So we'll head to the top of the second. And I'm going to take a little water and see if I can't clear the pipes out a little bit. So we're back. And I think CHGO, when you play a team that has the capability of scoring runs the way Audacy can, you really need to maintain contact. So here's the first baseman, Brittany DeVega, leading off. And of course, CHGO is the defending champs. Connor Grove made the play as he came in from the outfield and was 1 foot on the dirt when he fielded it, made the play. So here's Dennis. And there's a hard ground ball up the middle. Lawrence Holmes gets a hand on it. Can't bring it in, though. 1 out single. And CHGO might want to work that center of the field a little bit. Lawrence has got excellent hands, but doesn't quite have the range that you would expect out of a shortstop. So there's a ground ball, a diving. Shane Reardon can't get to it. And now there's 2 runs on as Ryan Herrera grounds a single between third and short. So here comes CHGO, the defending champs. And Mario, the short center now. Of course, once you win one and you get back to the championship, your mindset is you want to defend what's yours. And CHGO, after a little bit of a shaky bottom of the first here in the second, looks like they're poised to maybe get something. There's a little flare, long run. Lapka can't get there. It drops in. He's going to try to score, throw way late, and that allows the runner to go to third. So a little flare into center field drops. Lapka ended up running past it. And I hate that throw to the plate because what it did is it allowed Herrera to get to third. And now you got runners on the corners. 1 out here. And I think this is Audrey, if I'm reading this right.
Let's go, Audrey.
So she's in a big spot here. Runners on the corner, 1 out here. She takes a strike with the pitcher, Corey Fisher, on deck. And she hits a ball off of Bob Novak. The runner did advance, but the runner at third could not go on the line drive, had to wait to see if it was going to be caught. As Audrey hit it right on the screws, but right at Bob Novak. And Bob kind of closed that 5-hole a little bit. Ball landed right at his feet. Here's the pitcher, Corey Fisher. And again, I think on this kind of a carpet, the ball may not roll past you too much. And there's a little ground ball, big hop for Lawrence Holmes, and he makes the play. But in the inning, they push 1 across. They cut it to 2 as we head to the bottom of the 2. So Audacy will have Aaron Creedon, Adam Studzinski, and Claudia coming up. It's always interesting to read the comments. Because we got a few haters out there. So here comes Aaron to lead off this bottom of the second. And that pitch is a little deep for ball 1. And that pitch is a little deep as well. And there's a little high pop-up, and that ball's going to fade foul down the line. Well, Kevin, CHGO got 1 in the top of the first. Audacy responded with 4 in the bottom of the first. And CHGO just tacked 1 on in the top half of this inning. High pop-up, Ben goes back and makes it for the first out of the inning. And here comes Adam Studzinski. And there's a little ground ball knocked down. Nice job by Fisher as he jumped the hole there. Was able to knock it down. And again, you see the effects of this turf. Once you put a hand on the ball, it's just not going to roll very far. So here's Claudia now. 2 outs, nobody on here. And if you're CHGO, this is what you kind of want to try to do here is get a goose egg. Little roller to Ben. Got plenty of time. High throw, lobbed it over in time. So Audacy goes 1, 2, 3. We'll head to the third. 4-2. And coming up for the CHGO team, Ben Fisher, then the top of the lineup with Adam Harris and Brandon Harris. So that's exactly what you needed. If you were a CHGO, you want to maintain contact, get yourself a goose egg, and get back in the box and try to scratch something out here.
I needed to go up the middle. I'm upset at myself.
All right, here we go, D.
But other than that, I think
Oh, I'm sorry, that's Beth. I thought it was Ben. Couldn't read the handwriting. So Beth flips a single toward right center into the alley. She takes the turn. She thought about it, but she came back. Beautiful stroke there by Beth as she just flipped it over the infield. Connor Grove wasn't respecting her. She's playing her a little shorter and up the middle, and she flipped it to his left hand and got it over the top. So top of the lineup now with Adam, leadoff man on here. And there's a hard ground ball, and she drives it past Reardon. It hits the cone out there as it hugged the line all the way down. First 2 hitters on here, and CHGO got a little something cooking here in the top of the third. Brings up Brandon and a very dangerous Ben on deck.
Hey, here we go, D. Here we go.
he's going long.
So CHGO looked excellent last week. And there's a line drive up the middle, base hit. We'll see if Beth tries. No, they hold her. Bases loaded, nobody out. Line drive, base hit. So I was saying CHGO looked very good last week as they just absolutely came out and pummeled WGN in a mercy rule game. And WGN was a little loose with the softball, but they were very opportunistic. And here's Ben, and he rifles it into right field. Westerland, slight bobble, 1 run is in. Here comes the second run. Throw to third, not in time, and we are all tied up. As Ben whistled the ball into right field for a 2-run double. Still nobody out here. CHGO set up here to really put a crooked number up. Top of the third. It brings up Vinny. And Vinny punches it the other way. Westerland the catch. The lead run will score. Ben very aggressively got the third. But with 1 out, they hold them. CHGO reclaims that 1-run lead they had at the end of a half an inning. So here's Herb Lawrence. Little ground ball to second here. Might get him another run. And there's a little flip shot, and nobody gets to it. Westerlund's going to eat it. And Herb Lawrence just flipped it into right field for an RBI single. CHGO now with a 4-run inning. And it brings up Brittany DeVega. Still only one out here. Brittany takes that pitch a little deep. And Brittany, a little slow roller to Reardon. He underhands it to Grove. The relay not in time. So good hustle there by Brittany DeVega to beat the turn. Shane Reardon from third base did an underhand throw to Connor Grove. It was more of a pitch than a shovel pass than it was an actual throw. He did get a little something on it, but there's a high fly ball with 2 outs. Westerlund makes a diving catch as he tumbles around in foul territory to end the inning. But CHGO pushes 4 across, and they take the lead 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the third. So great play there by Cody Westerlund to rob Dennis of a base hit. And we head to the bottom of the third. Yeah, Matthew, I talked a little bit with Cody before the game, and he said he's good, he's healthy. So he's back out there. But like I say, we're used to seeing him playing shortstop. And they got him in the outfield. So it's going to be Priscilla and then the top of the lineup with Dom Mendocino and Kevin Lapka. Again, both teams swinging 12 tonight. And there's a little one-hopper to Ben, and he makes the play. One thing I noticed about Ben last week and this week is he's been very good at reading the ball off the bat. He's getting a lot of balls on good hops. In other words, he's not hanging back and letting the ball play him. He's coming in and he's going and getting it. So here's the top of the lineup with Dom Mendocino, and he hits it up the middle. Ben gets another good hop, strong throw, good stretch by Brittany. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Kevin Lampka, and I think everybody in the league would like for Kevin to always hit with 2 outs and nobody on. He's got a tremendous amount of power. Yeah, Ben seems like he hasn't been too affected by this very dusty infield, and it is dusty. So here's Kevin. So CHGO, if they can get an out here and push something across, and Lapka just absolutely punished that ball, that's going to be a double as they're playing him so deep. Even though the outfielder got to it, there's no way to prevent Kevin from getting into second. So a 2-out runner in scoring position now, and it brings up Lawrence Holmes. And this is, even though we're only in the bottom of the third, this is kind of a big out because you just laid 4 on Audacy. And there's a hard ground ball, and Ben can't make that play. Lapka's going to score. He was running on the swing, and we got ourselves a 6-5 ball game. So Ben tracked it good. The ball just jumped up a little bit. Lawrence hit it right on the screws. And it popped into the outfield. Now here's Shane Reardon.
Line drive. Hey, Bob.
We've been watching, and Shane kind of swung through that a little bit. 2 strikes now. She's going to have to try to now make sure he keeps this ball between the lines. And he just chops it off of Fisher. There's going to be no play. And after the first 2 hitters went up and down, Audacy putting a little threat together. They've pushed one across, and it brings up Connor Grove. So far, this is shaping up as a back-and-forth affair. And Connor lifts a soft fly ball, long run. He got there, hit him in the chest, and it bounced away. 1 run scores, and we're all tied at 6. So Audacy here pushing 2 runs across after 2 outs. Brings up Eric Ortiz. Runners on the corners. No game changer for this, Dino. And Eric hits a ground ball, and Ben gets there, and a little shovel. Ben actually overran that a little bit, started to slide on the dirt, maintained his composure, shuffled it over to the second baseman, Audrey, who was right on the spot, and they get the fielder's choice to end the inning. So we're going to head to the top of the 4th. Nothing's been decided. 6-6 in this championship game. So the inning started out well for CHGO. But a good job there by Audacy to put a few on the board there. It's going to be Ryan Herrera, Mario, and Audrey coming up here for CHGO. A little back and forth going on as we head to the top of the 4th. Anybody else having a problem with the sound? So Ryan Herrera going to try to get things going here. And there's a little ground ball. Reardon got a hand on it as he was diving toward the foul line. He kept it from going up the line. But Herrera's on with the leadoff base hit. So both of these teams, they've been getting plenty of base runners through 3+. So here's the short center, Mario, which really means he's the 4th outfielder. And he takes the ball there. I think Bob wanted that pitch. And there's a walk. So leadoff hitter and followed up with the walk. And CHGO now coming right back. Brings up Audrey to second baseman. So CHGO certainly not impressed with. And there's a little flare. Dom Medicino, as they've made some replacements in the outfield, and Dom, who started and left, is now playing the Connor Grove role. So here's Corey Fisher, the pitcher.
Right behind Lawrence, you're gone.
And there's a swing and a line drive. Lawrence Holmes makes the catch for 2 outs. So that might have been a pinch hitter for Fisher. I believe it was. Shirt says Spathis. They did not put him on the lineup card. And here's Beth Fisher, the catcher. And she swings and Lawrence can't make the catch. He jumped up with one hand. He got a hand on it as he was coming down. He tried to grab it. And the ball dropped. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the top of the lineup and Adam Harris. So CHGO trying to return the favor and trying to put some runs up after they got to 2 outs. And that pitch is a little deep here. Home plate jumping around on Bob Novak a little bit. And there's a hard ground ball, and he drives it past Shane Reardon. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in. And now they got Beth hung up, and she'll be tagged out, but 2 runs do score. On the 2-out single, right over the bag, and CHGO is wearing that left field line out tonight. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, halfway through. CHGO 8-6. They're trying to repeat as champs. Audacy trying to win their first. So leading off, it's going to be Cody Westerlund, then Bob Novak, and Aaron Creedon. So this game's been a little bit of a roller coaster here. Cody did say he was healthy, but he was kind of chopping wood that first at-bat. Now he elevates it, but right at the left fielder, down on one knee, makes the catch. So much better looking swing there. And gonna have to jockey here a little bit. Here's Bob Novak, the pitcher. So the tension between these two teams and on their benches will start to grow. And Bob Novak just flips it over Ben. Left fielder cocked his arm like he was thinking of throwing to first, but thought better of it. 1 out base runner now. And Aaron Creedon, the first baseman, up. And she lifts a line drive right at the short center in the outfield. Adam Harris didn't catch it clean, but he stayed with it, and they get the fielder's choice. So this is Sergio Castellanos, ground ball to third in time for the 3rd out. So Audacy does not score in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we head to the top of the 5th, 8-6, CHGO. So it's been a... Can you give me a little space, dude? Thank you. So anyways, we head to the top of the 5th now. 8-6 ball game. If you're CHGO, you kind of want to push out a little bit. You don't really want to sit on a number, because we have seen Audacy explode at times. So it's going to be Brandon Harris, Ben, and then Vinny. So 2, 3, 4 here. CHGO in a good position here to try to tack something on with the heart of their lineup. And there's a high fly ball, but caught out there as Connor Grove is back in the field now. And they got Dom out there, so they've made a few changes in positionings in the outfield. And it brings up Ben. So it looks like what Audacy's done is they've tried to put 4 very solid outfielders in there. And he goes big. Cody on his horse running back. That's over the top. So Ben beats him. Now the ball rolls on that dry grass. This is going to be a solo shot for Ben, and he'll Cadillac it in for a 9-6 lead here. So we told you Ben was capable of hitting the ball with authority down into right field, and he airmailed that over Cody Westerlund. Gave it a good chase, but he couldn't get there. And that brings up Vinny. So you hate to follow a guy that hits the big fly because he's moved everybody back on you. So CHGO, 3-run lead here in the top of the 5th. And he walks the dog, just foul. Not sure if that would have stayed fair, but it looked like it hit a tree branch. And it wasn't fouled by much, because you can see they got trees overhanging the field of play right here. So he tried to walk the dog, but it wouldn't hunt. So here we go. And there's a little soft fly ball. Cody Westerlund comes in, little basket catch.
Great job.
For out number 2. And here comes Herb Lawrence, big base hit last inning. Might have been 2 innings ago. And there's a swing and a foul ball. That ball might have hit Herb, but he was still in the batter's box, so there's no penalty there. So CHGO is playing a solid ball game up to this point. And there's a little infield pop and fair ball. So there's an example. Second baseman tried to get there. She couldn't. She waved at it and missed. The ball hit the dirt. I think with that spin it would normally go foul, but it just died in that soft dirt. So here's Brittany DeVega. And she hits a little ground ball over to Lawrence for the fielder's choice. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th, 9-6. Big blow in that inning, the solo homer by Ben. So bottom of the 5th inning coming up here. And Audacy trailing. So it's going to be the second baseman leading off here, Garcia. And I think she may have come in for Audrey. Oh, I take that back. This is Claudia Garcia with Priscilla on deck. And there's a little fly ball and a little bit of trouble. But the left fielder running back reached over the top like a wide receiver, made the catch for out number 1. Nicely done there by the left fielder, Brandon Harris. So it brings up Priscilla now. And she hits a ground ball to Ben. Little bobble, a lot of time, though, for out number 2. That'll bring us to the top of the lineup, and Dom Medicino. So here's Dom. This year, Dino, the White Sox are dead to me. It's been a rough year if you're a fan. So Dom hits a high fly ball. That's trouble. That gets over the top. Dom's going to head to second, trailing by 3. He'll shut it down. I believe it's Ben. I want to say it's Warner, but I'm having trouble reading that handwriting. I think Mark Carmen could have been a doctor with this handwriting. So here is Kevin Lapka, and he pounds it in the ground. Big hop for Ben. They go to short way, and they tag him for the out. Oh, they called him safe. I'm not quite sure why Ben did there. Now, Kevin Lapka does run extraordinarily well, and he chopped it on the ground. And apparently Mike Lewis felt that Dom Medicino slid under the tag. So runners on the corner now. That could be a big, big, big play here. And we've seen Ben throw. He's got an absolute hose. So here's Lawrence Holmes in a huge spot in the ball game. So Audacy trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 5th, and he delayed. No! Right on the spot is Harris. Left the bat. I thought it was a hit, but he was standing right there, right up the middle. They strand 2, and we head to the top of the 6th. 9-6. So Lawrence put a good swing on it, but the defense perfectly positioned, and we head to the top of the 6th. Yeah, that was an unusual play when the runner's already past you, when you field it, because you got to try to flip that over a runner, get it to third accurate, and then you have to tag. So there's a lot of moving parts in that. But CHGO, courtesy of the beautiful defensive play, gets out of it. And now we head to the top of the 6th. So it's going to be Dennis, Ryan, and Mario coming up. And if you're Audacy, you want to keep it here. And there's a hard ground ball. Lawrence Holmes, pitch and catch with Aaron for out number 1. Told you, Lawrence has got some pretty good hands. He stayed down with it. Made a strong throw. So that brings up Ryan Herrera. And he hits a soft fly ball. Dom Medicino, short center field, makes the catch for out number 2. And here comes Mario. Audrey on deck. And there's a line drive, 2-out base hit. Westerlund gets on it and fires it in to keep him to a single. So it just seems like every inning the Audacy is just moving their outfielders all over the place. So here's the second baseman, Audrey. Again, any type of insurance would be a great thing for CHGO. I mean, I talk all the time on the live streams how you're trying to impose your will on the other team. And, whoa, tricky hop. Shane Reardon stayed with it. He goes the short way, and that'll be the third out. So Audrey hit it well. Ball jumped up. Shane Reardon got himself in front of it and made the play. So we head bottom of the sixth. CHGO clinging to a 3-run lead here. So it's going to be Shane Reardon, Connor Grove, and Eric Ortiz here in the bottom of the sixth, and the game getting a little late on Audacy. And CHGO has played a very good ball game thus far, and Shane Reardon swings through that. Second time tonight, Shane has taken a sweet swing like that. His head and front shoulder just flying out. And there's Ben from his knees, and Brittany can't make the play. So Ben had a little trouble with that one. Threw that from his knees. It was a strike. Audrey got out just a hair on her front leg there, and you could tell throw was actually pretty accurate, but she got out on that front foot, and as a result, it was just a little to her left. I don't think they would have got Shane anyway, but here's Connor Grove. Connor gets himself in trouble watching him when he plays with the dirty 38s, and there's a little ground ball. He punches it through the middle. Now Reardon's going to go to third as the ball jumped up on the outfielder. Runners on the corners. So nobody out here. First two hitters on, and it brings up Eric Ortiz. I was going to say, Connor gets himself in trouble sometimes when he doesn't load his hands and he pushes the ball. Here's Eric, and he pops it up, and that's going to be a catch, and they throw it home. No advancement. And what I mean by load your hands is he'll start out in a position holding the bat, and instead of bringing his hands back 4 or 5 inches to have a little more momentum, he'll end up just starting the swing stationary and pushing. So here's Cody Westerlund. CHGO trying to wiggle off of a first and third nobody out hook here. There's a ground ball, and Cody gets it into the outfield, 9-7. So he just punched it between third and short. Now we got first and second one out for Bob Novak.
We got one.
So Bob's a big hitter here. You got Aaron Creedon coming up. And there's a foul ball down that left field line. So we'll reset. Bob floated a hit into short left center field just over to shortstop his last at-bat. And there's a little ground ball knocked down by the third baseman. Bases are loaded, one out. So a couple of ground balls there between third and short. Audacy doing a little business, trailing by 2. And here's Aaron. They are really squeezing her. High pop-up, Ben is there. Makes the catch, and he airmails the throw a little bit, but not enough for Connor Grove to score. Realistically, Connor Grove isn't going to tag there. He's too short. Might as well just eat that and run in. So it looks like Studzinski is going to re-enter and hit here. And he hits a high pop-up, and CHGO wiggles off of a major hook. They only give up 1 as we head to the top of the 7th. I believe it's 9-7. Sherman, you got 9-7? 9-7. So, top of the 7th, CHGO, 3 defensive outs in the bottom of the 7th away from repeating as Cup League champions. And Audacy, 3 offensive outs away from potentially a dubious three-peat in the wrong direction, as this would be the 3rd year in a row that they failed to win the championship after dominating the league. So the pitcher, Corey Fisher leading off, then Beth Fisher, and then the top of the lineup with Adam Harris. So I think it would behoove CHGO to get a little insurance here. Of course, the first year I think we did the Cup League playoffs, the championship game, went into extra innings. And there's a little ground ball. Second baseman, a little bobble, but she picks it up and guns it over to Aaron for the out. Nicely done by Claudia Garcia. She stuck right in there and flashed a little bit of that cannon. And a nice job by Aaron, because Claudia was not that far away from her. So here's Beth Fisher. And Beth, a little ground ball, slowed up by the pitcher, and Lawrence Holmes got there. 2 outs. So we're in the top of the 7th here. Why, they have did they have Danny on? And was he, did he put the Malouk on again? Is that what you're telling me? So here's Adam Harris. Played a fine ball game defensively and with the stick. And he rifles another ball down that left field line. Big turn. He's going to try it, and he'll make it. 2-out double. Adam Harris running hard right out of the box. Banged it off of Shane Reardon at third. And CHGO now with 2 outs. Brandon Harris in the box. A chance to pick up a little insurance here. And he spins that one our way. Well, it's always nice to see people you know get big opportunities. So, of course, everybody here at the SSA wishes Danny Parkins nothing but the best in his new role. And there's a line drive up the middle. And that's going to score that insurance run, 10-7. And that's been a little bit of an Achilles heel tonight for Audacy. They seem to get to 2 outs okay, and they can't seem to get the 3rd out to end some of these innings. And now you got a dangerous guy in Ben. Solo home run his last time, and they are playing him. They got Dom Medicino now. I don't know if Dom is still in the park. He's so deep. And he goes back. This a little pop-up. Connor Grove makes the catch, backpedaling. That ball carried just a hair on him. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Do or die for Audacy. They need 3 for the game to continue, 4 to walk them off. Anything less, and CHGO will repeat as Cup Media League champions. So it's always interesting when you get to that bottom of the 7th, when you're chasing a title or trying to repeat, you got that sense of anticipation. And right now, we'll see what Audacy's made of because of the bad juju from the last 2 years upstairs. We'll see if they can shake that off and make a little run here. So it's going to be 11-12, Claudia, Priscilla, and then the top of the lineup. So if you're CHGO, you got the right part of the lineup coming up here until you see the road grader. Sky-high pop-up. Catcher was trying to get there. Beth Fisher just couldn't. And again, Audacy got out of the gate real well in this ball game. They were up 4-1 at the end of one inning, and there's a pitch and catch. 1 out. CHGO 2 outs away from the repeat. And it brings up Priscilla. We always talk about how you need to have the bottom of your lineup pitch in a little bit. When you're playing these kind of games, you just can't rely on your top 3 or 4 or 5 guys. CHGO has had a little bit. They've had some good production from the bottom half of their lineup, and that's a sky-high pop-up. Ben calls it. CHGO 1 out away from the repeat. You see Ben telling everybody to take a breath and relax. And it's up to Don Medicino to keep the game alive. Kevin Lampka on deck. And I'll be clicking off, and George Bliss will be doing the trophy presentation. And there's a high fly ball. This could do it. And CHGO repeats as Cup Media League champions. They played a beautiful game, both defensively and offensively. They hung in there. They were down 3 early. They did not get dissuaded. They come back and they win the title. And for Audacy, their 3-year curse continues now, as they've been in the finals 3 years in a row and they haven't been able to seal the deal. So we're going to bring in George Bliss. He's going to take it from here. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. Thank you for the comments. George, take it away.
2 years in a row, CHGO has done it, Gio. 10-7, incredible game. What did you see there?
Well, I just thought that CHGO was a little crisper on defense. A lot of good 2-out hitting, and they never got down, even when they were down 4-1 early in that ball game. And you know, that's what champions do, man. They don't give up early in a ball game. And I think as the game progressed, it looked to me like Audacy was reliving the nightmare of the last 2 years, and they tightened up just a little bit. You know, we're used to seeing them free swing, and they didn't do that tonight.
Let's see if we catch Mark Carmen. That's Gio. This is yours truly, George Bliss, with the post game. We see Big Ben Warner right here. Final score 10-7, 2 years in a row. Here's the trophy. Here it is. 2 years in a row. You see the trophy right there. There's Fish.
We get a back-to-back, Georgie. Oh, I got to be interviewed.
Yeah, just hold your hand. George, 10-7, 2 years in a row, Mark.
You know, George, I love your system here. This is amazing. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know, it was last year was great, and this year was harder because you know they were better, and we just played a great game tonight. They gave us a couple, we gave them a couple, and everybody did something here, man. Like CHGO back-to-back, baby. Who knew? We wouldn't have done it without you, George Bliss, the leader of softball. We are out here for you, keeping the game alive. So we appreciate you. No, Mike.
One question.
Yeah, yes, Mike.
You've been in here 2 years with me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you won the championship twice, okay?
Yeah.
Are you going for the three-peat?
Oh, well, you know, why stop at 3? You know, we're here for.
So you like Mike? He said maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6, huh?
Well, Mike retired after 3, so maybe we'll retire after 3. I'm already exhausted, but yeah, we'll come back. We'll be back. We're right here. Yeah. Thanks, George.
Let's see if we can catch this. Hey! He got the water. He got the water. Yeah. Wow. Fantastic. See, Fish, come on over here, Fish. Just hold us in the hand right there. Fish. Really good pitching.
Thank you.
MVP.
This is a great team. A lot of fun. They play hard. Can't ask for more out of them. We appreciate it. We appreciate you being here. Your whole organization.
Well, they started out, then you tightened it down, it looks like.
That's right. The top of their lineup is really fierce. We knew that, and we just had to get through it a few times.
Fish, go celebrate.
Thanks, my man.
That's the great picture from the CHGO team. Here is the trophy presentation. Gio's there taking some still photos. You already talked to Mark Carmen. We see Herb Lawrence. We see Big Ben Warner, who hit some monster shots tonight. There's the trophy right there. There it is, everybody watching on SSA broadcasts. Final score 10-7. CHGO has done it again as they take pictures here. George Bliss here with GOV from SSA broadcasts.
No problem. At least stay right there. I'm good though, Aaron.
And the pictures are there. There's Vinny. Got them all. 2 in a row. Wow, so great stuff. So, broadcasting live from Mozart Park. And an incredible game. 10-7, back and forth. The one we wanted. Big Ben before we go. Just hold it right there. You hit a monster. You knew you had it because right there. You said go when you hit it. You crunched it.
I did, yeah. It was a big hit. We got down early, and I told these guys, if we get down early, that's just temporary. We can beat these guys. And it was a big team win. Brandon Harris in the top of the 7th, getting us that insurance run, and we kicked ass.
Ben, see you next year. That's the great Ben Warner, Big Ben. You see Jack Silverstein over there. You see Gio. Everybody partying out here at Mozart Park. You see Big Herb Lawrence there. Herb, that trophy looks good, Herb.
Oh, man.
It does.
It's great to win it again.
Looks good, doesn't it, Herb?
I've never been a producer in my life before, so it's hard.
So, 2 years in a row, not easy to do.
Not at all. We got some great people on our team, managed by Mark Carmen, just doing the job every day. And these guys just come, and we were down 4-1. Didn't panic. We kept our composure about us, got our hits, and got them off the field. It was great.
Are you looking for 3 free throws?
Oh, you know I am. This is going to be great. We'll celebrate this one first. Enjoy this one. But that Audacy team, they've been in the championship 3 years in a row. They're going to win it eventually. But as long as we're here, we got these. So every year they're going to meet us up in the championship, and I hope it is because they got some good people over there, and I hope that they eventually prevail when we're retired.
CHGO. Herb Lawrence.
Thanks, George.
Celebrating out here at Mozart Park. Well, we want to thank you as always, George Bliss here with the Gio, my friend GOV. This is SSA broadcast, 16-inch softball. It's the greatest game in America. Yeah, everybody's celebrating. The Audacy team over there.
Audrey.
That's it, Gio. We're going to be signing off. Final score 10-7. Right here, George Bliss. Play softball. It's the greatest game in America.